Hi guys, VST here, when I speak tech. Welcome back on my channel guys. I have here the OnePlus 8 Pro and the Galaxy S20 Ultra, right? And as you can hear, I'm just introducing some very fancy visual effects in this video. Joke aside guys, I want to do a comparison between the OnePlus 8 Pro, which is still the current flagman from OnePlus, and the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, which is not the current flagman from Samsung. This device is running with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 chip. Here we have the Exynos 990. That's why I was putting some water down and to kind of like cool it down. Of course, that's a joke guys. Both phones really great phones, and that's why I decided to do this video guys. If you want to still buy one of these phones this year, what should you know? I decided to do this comparison. Again, it's gonna be some random thoughts I think are useful if you need to make a buying choice. Is the OnePlus 8 Pro still worth it in this year 2021, or is the Note 20 Ultra still worth it 2021? Again, if you want to make this buying decision, you can watch this video guys. I'm gonna do a short comparison so that you know for what to look out when you are taking it. This phone, 700-800 euro on the used market, so of course pricing is really better compared to the latest gen of these phones. OnePlus 8 Pro again is the current flagman, right? We have phones after that one, but nothing really like the OnePlus 8 Pro. Alright, let's begin the comparison. And of course we're gonna start with the design of those both phones. Honestly, I like them both. You can pretty much see that the Note 20 Ultra has the larger screen, right? But we're gonna get to the display later. Just see how thick the OnePlus 8 Pro is. I'm gonna show you guys also the thickness on the 20 Ultra. So if you wanna go for a kind of like slimmer phone, then your choice is probably gonna be the 20 Ultra. So another thing that comes to my mind, the OnePlus 8 Pro is rather a big phone when you're coming specifically from a smaller form factor, but it's kind of perfect. It fits very nice in the hand, right? The 20 Ultra still fits nice in the hand, but it has a bigger, more boxier design, and it's really a huge phone. So this thing here makes this thing look small, and believe me, this thing actually is not small, all right? So those phones are really big, and if you're gonna go with these big boys, then you make sure you have a big hand like I do, or just have big pockets, right? Because if you put these things guys into your jeans or jacket, it's just gonna take some space, right? So design wise, I would say I might go and like this a bit better. This one is just too fat and it's also too curved, right? We can probably just show you guys the curvature so you can see the OnePlus 8 Pro screen here. It's really curved, and that's kind of a fancy feature when you want to use gestures, but it somehow can also obstruct your vision when you're watching YouTube videos. There is like a green tint, right? Here we have also a curved screen, but the curvature is really not so big compared to what we have here on the OnePlus, and I just guys turn them backwards. Now honestly guys, the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is probably one of the best phones design wise that I've ever held in my hand, and I'm doing this I think since mobile phones practically exist. I have here a skin, by the way, right, just to protect the back of the phone. This also has a very nice design. Both of them, I think they have glass backs, wireless charging, all of it. This one is really like comes from the future, specifically with this camera bump right now, and you also know like the S21 line kind of keeps this bump. This one though has the advantage that it has really like a bit more classy design, very classic, camera center in the middle, so you cannot also go wrong with that one. I prefer this one here. It really looks a bit more futuristic compared to what we have here. Is rather like a standard form factor. So display wise guys, both phones run at 120 Hz. This here has the LPTO technology, which pretty much allows the display to scale down the Hertz refresh rate while you're not using it, conserving some battery, although that's a bit controversial because apparently when you power it off, Samsung still uses 120 Hz. So you have to install some tools like I did, and this case is the Galaxy Max AX that can actually set the screen of refresh rate a bit lower. And if you want to watch this video guys, you can check it here. This one here, by the way, has, I think, the better advantage display-wise because it can run the highest resolution WQHD Plus with the 120 Hz. Here, apparently not. If you want to get here 120 Hz, you're gonna be only limited to Full HD. And I can tell you guys, this really sucks. Everybody is saying that it doesn't really matter, FHD still got. But when you pay this amount of top money, then I would expect really to have WQHD Plus with 120 Hz, which actually right now only exists into the Galaxy S21 Ultra, all right? So display wise, I think here you're getting a bit more bang for the money. The display of the Note 20 Ultra is, I think, a bit better just by some tiny slightly bits. Both displays are really great. This display actually is also made by Samsung, and we have here not only the 120 on WQHD, but we have here also the MEMC, the motion smoothness technology. So this here is a top-notch display. Now guys, speakers, both phone have dual speakers, and of course they have also Dolby Atmos. Here the front speaker of the OnePlus 8 Pro. This front speaker of the Note is almost invisible. And of course there is a bottom speaker, right? So the bottom speaker on the OnePlus 8 Pro is here, and the bottom speaker on the Note is here. Here, guys, is really the worst position, because when you game and when you watch some movies and you do like this, you cannot absolutely hear anything, right? So honestly, I'm not even sure why it is like this. And the S Pen is also, I think, on the wrong side. The S Pen probably should have been here. This probably sounds a bit better, tiny bits, but they are almost equal. Both phones do support wireless charging and also quick charging, though this one is a bit quicker. Battery, I would say about the same. Still here, the Snapdragon gives a bit of better performance, more screen on time. Something I didn't mention earlier, here this phone is equipped with Gorilla Glass Victus, which claims to be almost indestructible. No, I just invented that one. But Gorilla Glass Victus should be really very tough. Here we don't have Gorilla Glass Victus. Anyway, I will not suggest, guys, for you to drop the test both phones because they're really expensive phones. I think this one also has the Gorilla Glass Victus on the back. Alright, now let's speak about the cameras, guys. I think the main difference here is that here we have a very big sensor, 108 megapixel, which kind of gives you a lot of advantage when you're shooting up some close objects. You get this natural portrait, like natural bokeh effect. The camera of the OnePlus 8 Pro is actually also very good, right? It doesn't really have this fancy 108 megapixel, but it still produces very nice and sharp photos. And guys, one buying tip, pro tip here from VST, this phone can do 4K 60 with all the cameras, with the ultra wide, also with the telelens. This here not. So here, if you want to shoot a video and you want to change the lens, you should be only using this at 30 FPS, which I think is actually a shame. So this one here performs a bit better in that regards. Also, the OnePlus 8 Pro has a macro camera, right? Of course, it uses the telesensor here, but it does a better job. Here, you know, you can also use the macro mode. If you go by 2x, it's not so good, but hey, here you have a periscope camera and it gives you actually 5x optical zoom, and you can go up to 10x, 20x, actually quite nice results. Camera wise, I would say I like this one a bit better just because of the sensor and these very natural bokeh effects. Both cameras really are very capable even for this year 2021, so if you want to choose the 8 Pro or the Note 20 Ultra, you will not really regret it. They do a fantastic job. Front camera, it's about the same, right? Just the processing is a bit different. Now guys, something very important, right? The storage. You can put a micro SD card here, here not. And of course, both phones do support dual SIM. Here you can use one SIM and one micro SD card. Here, again, no micro SD slot. Anyway, they have about the same type of storage. I think it's UFS 3, which is kind of quick. So if you want to do some video editing or anything, something related to processing, both phones will do great. Of course, here the Snapdragon 865 gives a bit better performance. So guys, as a recap to this short video, no matter what you actually choose, I think it's a good investment for your money in 2021. If you want to go for a more expensive phone, then I mean, it's your decision. But if you buy the 8 Pro or the Note 20 Ultra, you're still gonna get covered. Now, the 20 Ultra has the S Pen. There are plenty of things that you can do with this S Pen. A lot of people actually are exactly like me. They just use it for 3 days and you put it back and then you know, forget about this. But hey, you know, it has it, and you can use it also as a remote control. So yeah, this is really what this phone has, a bit more than this. This one here has, although this button here, which is kind of like the hardware button to mute. Everybody on the YouTube is saying, yeah, you know, this is a very nice feature like we see in the iPhones. Honestly, I never used that one, but hey, it might be your thing. So if you like to have a physical button to go on mute when you go to meetings, probably you not go to meetings because we have still COVID-19, but yeah, this is here one of the differences. Very capable phones, guys. If you want to buy them, you will not regret them. And I really hope that this video gives you some idea about, you know, which phone can be the better suited one for you. If that's the case, then you might like the video and also consider subscribing for my channel. If you have any questions, guys, if you have any questions about this or that, just ping me into the comments down below or join our Telegram channel and I'll let you know what you need to know so that you can make a better and a more informed decision. With that said, guys, take care, stay safe, and we're gonna catch up in one of my next videos. You know how this goes. VST over and bye.